Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday so far. Most of us staying dry across the area, live in the Concho Valley on our San Angelo Sky Tracker. You know, it's a little bit of lightning on the Sky Tracker. It's dry in Tom Green County. Seeing those thunderstorms, though, south of San Angelo. Most of us across the Lone Star State staying completely dry. It's right on the border between Schleicher and Sutton County, moving towards Interstate 10 in Sutton County, kind of towards the east of Sonora. Good news, not a severe thunderstorm, certainly producing a lot of lightning and thunder. So if you live in this area, it's probably pretty loud outside. Not severe, probably producing some heavy rain as well. North of Aspermont, kind of just getting into the northern portions of Stonewall County, and north of Benjamin as well in Knox County, seeing a little bit of thunderstorm activity. Seeing a little bit of energy in the upper parts of the atmosphere. That's what's kicking off these showers and thunderstorms. To the north in Oklahoma, we have a cold front that's eventually going to move south through our viewing area, and that's going to kick off some more showers and thunderstorms after midnight. This is a picture of what radar could look like at about 6 a.m. Wednesday morning. You can see lots of showers and thunderstorms to the south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. A little bit in our area as well. You can see it's mostly kind of to the east of St. Angelo and Abilene. I'm forecasting about 10, maybe 20% of us picking up on rain late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Most of us going to be staying dry. Once that frontal boundary moves through, rest of your Wednesday, and really after lunch Wednesday, just going to be a gorgeous day. No rain to be seen Wednesday evening, and that really looks to be the trend through the rest of the work week. We have those winds coming out of the northwest, bringing the dry air, going to make it feel wonderful. We've seen some rain today, more rain a little bit at least in the forecast. We've already seen quite a bit for the month of September, over 5 inches recorded in St. Angelo and nearly 4 inches of rain in Abilene. Considering how dry the summer was, this is certainly some excellent news. After we had the cloud cover clear out, abundant sunshine across the area. High of 90 both in St. Angelo and Monday. 87 Abilene, 88 Brownwood over towards Brady, 92 in Junction, Kimball County. Temperatures across the area right now, you can see those winds coming out of the north. Check out that temperature difference. 65 right now in Amarillo, 76 Abilene, 78 in San Angelo. 83 right now in Vernon. Wednesday evening, not a bad time to get out on the grill. 82 by 5 o'clock, be cooling down into the 70s, and by 9 o'clock, we'll even be flirting with the 60s, believe it or not. So if you grill in the early part of the evenings, you definitely won't need a jacket. Later in the evening, you might want one if you're particularly susceptible to the cold. I want to briefly turn your attention to Tropical Storm Helene, as expected to intensify into a powerful hurricane and impact portions of the Florida Panhandle. If you have family or friends in that area, make sure they are staying safe. Next couple of days for us, though, we'll have those winds out of the north, temperatures in the mid-80s. We will warm up a little bit, though, into the weekend. Now, for a closer look at big country weather, here's meteorologist Chris Nation. Chris?
Yeah, we've been talking about these storms off and on. We've seen a few isolated ones. We went through the overnight hours, showing you the last couple as they quickly switched to the south side and then off to the east. Those fast movers, they were moving about 25, 30 miles an hour. And me and Britton were talking earlier about how these are what we call anticyclonic. It's a fancy way of saying they were actually spinning in a completely different direction, and they were moving in a different direction than normal storms. Normally we have a cold front that'll move through, then you see storms fire on its boundary, fancy way of saying the edge of the cold front, from southwest to northeast. This is in the wake of that cool front. So they were actually spinning in an opposite direction, but it was severe earlier this evening out by Eastland, producing nickel-sized hail and outflows of about 40, 45 miles an hour. Now, as we move into the later evening, it's starting to quickly dissipate with some storms down to the south. We've got winds about 5 to 10. We did clock a few gusts of about 40 to 45 miles an hour as these systems were pushing through and the cold front moved through yesterday. Winds are fairly calm now, so no major issues there. We have seen a few gusts, 5 to 10, but for the most part, it is the calm after the storm. So what are we facing now as we move through? We will see some fire danger. We'll have to keep that in mind. About 1 to 2 on those ratings. Maybe a couple of times we'll jump up to a 3 like you saw there in Snyder, and maybe out towards the edges of Big Springs. For the most part, no widespread fire danger is in play at this point. So we're slowly moving into that fall window. But it is hard pressed for summer to let go. We'll even be back to close to the 90-degree range in just a few days. And when you've got dew points that are in the 50s all the way to the 70s, that is a very rich environment. That is not the kind of environment you want to see, kind of that muggy, sticky feeling, especially when we get to the 90s, just absolutely swamp-like feeling. So let's take a look at the computer. Calls for a couple of isolated storms in the overnight hours. Can't rule that out. Graham stretching down to Comanche. They'll be fast movers. They'll be just like the ones I showed you a moment ago. Tonight, overnight lows coming into the 60 range, probably mid-60s for most of us to a couple of low 60s, depending on where you're at. Tomorrow, not nearly as bad as it was a couple weeks ago. Now at least feels like fall. Highs will be back in the mid to low 80s, and that's much better and a lot closer to where we should be. Now, as we kind of factor this in over the next few days, I did mention that we're going to start to slowly move into seeing what we would say about close to 90-degree markers. Not what you want to see when you're headed towards fall, but that's still going to be an issue with temps in the mid-80s to upper 80s and moisture content right where it's at. We have a chance at a storm every day, and any of those could be strong, like the one we saw earlier this evening. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Guys?